I'm willing to fight for my nation. I'm willing to die for my nation, because this land belongs to us as Guyanese. I believe that more need to be done for our servicemen in the army. More base need to be erected in the Esequibo Coast, Region 1. The Guyana Defense Force need a lot more. And this government is sleeping. We cannot depend alone on the United States of America or the Latin America. President Ali is weak. The PPP government is weak in terms of dealing with our border issues. Let every Guyanese be army. Let every Guyanese be a soldier to defend our nation. Forbes Bonham had done that. The PPP had scrambled it to dust, had destroyed it. And that's why they don't have a strategy. They don't have a vision. They do not understand how to deal with this issue with Venezuela. So we have to do much more. And we have to understand that this matter will not be today and tomorrow. This matter here will be for generation to come. And we must educate every Guyanese. This here should be implemented in schools as well, from primary school to secondary school, to deal with our issue on borders, our sovereignty. You have people like Todd, you have people like Ben will go and say on recently, if you side with Venezuela, you go get locked up. Well, I want to tell Minister Ben he's out of order, because many Guyanese does not understand what is happening with the Venezuela issue, because his government is silent on it.
Robesson Benn, that vagabond, that conniving idiot of a human being. Guess what he is saying? Anybody who takes a position, can you believe those idiots? Anyone who takes a position and appears that they are supporting Venezuela, right, they are going to be charged with treason. Just imagine that little puppet, that little scum of a human being, Robesson Benn, who they think listening to their silly threats. But Robesson Benn, this as they would say in Guyana, this stinker. Just imagine this guy sits there as a minister of home affairs. Look at him, he's on the ground. He is on the ground, lying there on the ground where people pee-pee, wee-wee, urinate, whatever you want to say. Look at him. And it's saying that anyone who is on the side of Venezuela, I don't know who the heck would be on the side of Venezuela anyway, other than all those, a lot of those, not just a couple, Venezuelans that were let in the country by Jagdeo and Irfaan Ali and those guys. Those are the ones who are pro-Venezuelan. Remember, a couple of them met with Jagdeo and then they ran out. One of them ran out to the airport and took pictures and said, Guyana is all of Guyana is Venezuela. It is Jagdeo who met those people. It is the PPP regime, those guys, they go to maybe Baroom Bar or strip clubs in Guyana, and they go and they pay money and they see the baila, me gusta baila, la kikaracha, spin around, y'all, baila.
The government's lackluster with the Venezuela situation. They have not reported to the nation in terms of what came out of the intrusion by the Venezuela vessel. They have not given us any information pertaining to what transpired with the helicopter crash. They have not given us nothing.
So that alone tells me that the government is not really paying attention on our border issue. They've not been vigilant. Where this vessel traveled through Esequibo, Demerara, and end up in Berbice. Look at that distance. Where is the government? Right? The government need to be more vigilant. For example, we had a crash helicopter mostly a year now, where our servicemen, few of them died. To date, we haven't heard anything from the government on this crash helicopter. We had recently opened fire on our servicemen again, but claimed Venezuela did open fire on them. We haven't heard anything from them. Recently, Maduro challenged President Ali to face off a meeting with Caribbean leaders. President Ali responded, I believe, and said that he is not interested to attend any meeting. I don't know if that is factual. But I can say this much. The PR on this Venezuelan matter is not properly administrated. And there's no unit form for tackle this Venezuela matter. I believe, and this is my view, you should have a committee headed by the president or the prime minister who is versed in the army, who was a brigadier. He should be head of the committee. Inclusion of the opposition, members of the opposition, member of the trade union, member civil society, religious committee, a huge committee. A national conference should be held, inviting both government and opposition and political parties, trade unions, civil society, religious bodies, to come together. And even this conference must welcome ordinary Guyanese so they can understand that we can send a strong message to Venezuela as well. A national conference. And this conference should be held in Esequibo, not Georgetown, in Esequibo, so that we can able to stand with our people in Esequibo. And we will defend our sovereignty at all costs. I served in the GDF. I was disembodied by this commander-in-chief